So fast forward, now you are Chief of Strategic Partnerships
Yes.
for Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs. Did I get that right?
Yes.
So mouthful,
Yes, it is a
especially
mouthful.
with races, right?
Yes.
And so you're now on, kind of the funding and the startup side of things. Or I say startup because so much of that, startup and funding kind of go hand in hand. Right?
Yes.
So talk to us about what you're doing now.
Yes, so I am super excited about what I'm doing now. I have been blessed to have a career that hasn't been just siloed and very narrow. I've had a chance to weave in and out and work in different sectors of the market. And all of them have been building blocks to what I'm doing now. So ACE, which is Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs, is what we call a CDFI, lots of acronyms here, a Certified Development Finance Institution that is focused on providing loan capital and for small businesses to help spur economic growth within the state of Georgia. And so what we do...
So it's just in Georgia?
We are a Georgia-based CDFI. There are some CDFIs that are national, but we are Georgia-based. Started with a great visionary. Our CEO started this organization almost 20 years ago with a $50,000 loan because she saw that there were students...
So the CEO is a female?
She's a female, yes. And she saw that people wanted to go out and start businesses and didn't know how to do it in North Georgia, in more of a rural area. And now, almost 20 years later, we've loaned out $60 million in loan capital and helped to grow 900 different businesses, create almost 8,000 jobs for the state of Georgia. So it's a phenomenal place to work. I'm excited about what we're doing. I have a special love and passion around economic growth. And when I came to Atlanta, one of the things I was focused on 3 years ago when we moved here from New York was how to really be a part of the fabric of what was moving the city forward. And I got involved with boards and different things like that. But ACE is allowing me to really pull together like that altruistic side and being a community quarterback with the business and finance side of the house, right? So it's a perfect marriage.
Right. Yeah, and I know that you're involved on the Atlanta Beltline Board, right? And I know you're involved with junior achievement,
of
right?
Georgia, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you definitely are pulling in your community piece along with the business development side of things. But what's interesting is that you to me are someone who's significant, and I use this term significant a lot, especially when I speak. And the difference between success and significance,
yes.
right? Because success basically is whatever you say it is. But significance, I believe, is that when you're not just impacting others and doing a good job for yourself, but
yes.
the people that you're impacting are impacting others. And so you're truly significant because it's a domino effect. All the things that you've done to this point, the things that you're continuing to do, you're reaching down, but the people that you're reaching down to are reaching down or reaching back.
Exactly.
And that's significance, and that's amazing. So I know you said your purpose from the time you were a child was always to help and to impact, right?
Right.
What's your end game? I mean, where do you feel like you're going to end up, or where do you want to end up?
Yeah, so serving, and my version of serving is to serve, invest, and return value. That's what I look to do in everything that I engage in. And I'm focused on generational wealth. There's a lot of conversation happening in Atlanta and also on a national scale about wealth building, particularly in the Black community. And I'm focused on, for my family, right? My immediate family is how do we create generational wealth? And longer term, I'd love to be able to provide a platform and create a blueprint or a toolkit for others in terms of how do you do this for yourself, right? It's not rocket science, but without the tools, like how do I equip and inspire people to be financially healthy and create generational wealth? So that's one piece of it. And then the other piece is just really, I'm a month into my new role at ACE, and so leaning into the great work of working with small businesses. And we don't just provide capital, but we really provide what I call wraparound services. We are focused on success of businesses, and we want to not only give them capital, but we provide coaching and connections. We have a women's business center in Norcross. We provide webinars of, if you have everything that you need in order, great, but if you don't, that can provide some additional tools and resources for you around that. But for me, it's just really about the generational wealth component of it and focusing on continuing to help people and understand the importance of owning versus owing. I started in public equities working on the Florida New York Stock Exchange, and then I went on to help people try to understand how to get into private equity. And equity, that term basically means ownership. And so if anything, Wall Street taught me about how to have an equity mindset and the owning versus owing.
Right.